Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Queen Sugar. So I have a pick a pile reading that is focused on what messages do you need to hear right now. So typically I have more than two options, but Spirit really wanted me to only have two. And originally I had three, but I wasn't connecting with one of the piles, and I tried to do it again, and I just it wasn't meant to be. And Spirit said you only need these two. So these are the two options that we have. So we have pile number one, which is the blue door, and then we have pile number two, which is the green door. So take a moment to take a few deep breaths in and exhale, and just really clear your thoughts in your mind and allow Spirit to guide you to the door or doors for this reading. It is totally fine to watch both of them or just to pick one of them, but take the messages that resonate with you and just keep it and give it a couple of days, maybe even a week, just to see how things play out and why Spirit guided you to that door or doors. Okay? Once you have selected the door that you would like to listen to, click the timestamp below and check out your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. All right, blue door, let's see what messages you need to hear right now. So we're going to start off with your Psychic Tarot cards, and then we'll go into the Afro Goddess Oracle cards, and then the Under the Rose Liniment cards, and then at the end we'll do your Crystal Angels cards for like your advice and additional messages that they have for you. Okay, so let's get started. So the first card that we have is number 2, the Sacral Chakra, the Fool, which is New Beginning, the Empress, which is number 3, Fertility, number 3 of Pentacles, Recognition and Reward, number 1, the Base Chakra, and then we have number 9, the Bouquet, number 3, the Ship, and number 24, the Heart. Next we have number 2, the Clover, number 32, the Moon, and number 3, the Ship. So you got the Ship twice. I'll put it next to the other ship. So I'm getting multiple messages from this pile, so take the parts that resonate. I'll try to break them up, or we'll just see how it goes. The first message that I'm getting is that there is a need to balance the root base chakra and your sacral chakra. There definitely seems to be a little bit of imbalances with these two chakras. And even deeper, it talks about what they're saying is balancing your divine masculine and divine feminine energies within yourself. So we carry both of those energies regardless of our identity, our gender identity. And the base chakra is connected to the divine masculine, and then the sacral chakra is connected to the divine feminine, just based off the position of where the chakras are within our body systems and the sexual organs of each gender. So like the base chakra is typically very low, so where the male organ is and then sexual organ is, and then for the female the sexual organ is a little higher up. It's a little bit above the root chakra. But there's definitely a need to balance those chakras, and I see it as I look at all the cards. I kind of see that within a lot of these cards, because the moon represents feminine, divine feminine energy, and then the sun is divine masculine energy. So if you notice in this ship card, there's the sun, and then there's the moon in the heart card here, which is divine feminine energy. Wow, and even looking at her accessories, her jewelry, one side is yellow and I'm getting like divine masculine, which is the sun, and then the other side is like silver or gray, which is kind of very similar to the color of the moon. So the idea of like literally balancing these energies out within yourself, because it keeps you at peace and keeps you grounded, keeps you centered. But I'm also getting too, as I was looking at the fertility card, the heart chakra, and then we have the heart. So like these two are the foundation to balancing that heart chakra. So there's ever times where you just feel complete sadness, or you just feel like your heart is breaking, or that pain in that area, is because the root, the base of you needs more balance. You need to balance the divine masculine and feminine energies within yourself, because it allows you to see the heart of the matter in a different light, and also to just really connect with yourself even more. I'm also getting that there's probably a few of you that have been trying to conceive, have been trying to get pregnant for a very long time, and you feel like it's been a long journey. It's been draining and dwelling on you. And I feel like the message for you at this time is that it is definitely time to just take a break and relax. Maybe try to take a trip, with you and your partner, or by yourself, because it definitely seems like that trip will be very relaxing and soothing. I'm also getting too that it could be great to focus on balancing these chakras as well. And this is not saying like, oh, once you balance it, you're going to become pregnant, but more so this could be something that kind of helps. Because remember I said the sacral chakra is the feminine area, and that could be the area where you need more attention and more love and self-care, and as well as the base chakra. And so I think that your guides are telling you that you will be gifted with a child, because the Empress represents fertility. Literally, it says it on the card, and it's probably going to come out of nowhere. Like, this is going to be a miracle child. This is going to be that child you're just like, we tried for many years, and we finally became pregnant. We finally had our daughter. We finally had our son. And I feel that Spirit is letting you know that it is time to just be a little easy on yourself and to not stress it, and know that in time it's going to happen. I'm also getting that some of you that picked this pile, you're waiting and wondering, when would it be your time? When would it be the new beginning that you have been hoping for? Whether this is in love, jobs, relationships, whatever you want to identify and connect with, that you're going to be seen and recognized for your value and for your worth. That you're going to be loved for who you are and what you have to offer, which is love. We all have love to offer. But you're wondering, when is it going to be my time? When am I going to be gifted for just being me, being loving, being kind, being giving, And speaking of giving, that kind of goes back to the balancing of the masculine and feminine energy, because the masculine energy represents the giving. They want to be the provider and give, and the feminine is the one that receives it. If you notice, like in the Empress card, she's holding her hands like this because she's taking in everything. She's receiving it because she is a tree. She is the foundation of something, that is going to grow and expand, of a legacy. And I feel that with the balance, the imbalances of the divine feminine and masculine energies, it's like the masculine is supposed to defend, the divine feminine, and the divine feminine is supposed to feel protected because she's being defended. So it's like, where can we find that balance to where both you are defending and protecting your energies within yourself? So you defend yourself, but you also know that because you have defended yourself, you are protected. So nothing can interrupt like your energy and your positive aura and spirit. And it takes, it takes time to master that skill, just because, people and situations can be tricky, and you're like, I never saw it coming, or I don't even know how that happened. But once you kind of reevaluate things, you learn from it and you grow from it, and you know how to better protect yourself and defend yourself when the time is needed. I'm also getting with the ship card here that spirit is telling you that when you are faced obstacles, they are telling you they built a ship for you that can get you through it. They didn't give you this obstacle or this challenge for nothing. They know that you can get through it, and you have the support. You're not alone on this journey. There are other people here with you. And I feel like when you see 333, that is a message from your guides, because there's a lot of threes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, 9. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 9. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. Like, there's a lot of threes here. And the angel number of 3 represents equilibrium, so mind, body, and spirit. And that talks about balance. So it's important that you balance all of that, because it's going to keep you aligned, and it's going to help you in other areas. So kind of like how I said, when you balance your root chakra, then you balance your sacral chakra, and then you balance your solar plexus, which is like this yellow color, and then your heart chakra is balanced, because your heart chakra is in the center of all of the chakras, if you think about it, because the top 3 are your crown, your third eye, and your throat. And then in the middle is the heart, and then you have the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. So if this is not balanced, it's because something isn't. It's probably because the lower chakra system is not balanced. And spirit is saying, if you want the heart to be balanced, if you want to manifest something that is true and authentic and healthy, you have to make sure that the bottom parts of your system are balanced. And it's not saying if they're not balanced, it's the reason why, things aren't great in your life. But it's just saying that we attract what we are. We don't attract what we want. We attract what we are. So, and that might be hard for some people to hear and accept that, but it is the truth. We attract what we are. Even if there's a little part of you that is not getting the healing and the attention that it needs, you can still attract that thing that you don't really want. So this is all about your spirit guides, and the message they want you to hear right now is to be what you want to attract. If you want stability, be stable in your life. If you want consistency, be consistent in your life. So you can't say, I want a partner that's consistent, but you're not consistent with yourself. Whether that is, I say I want to work out every week, but I don't do it. That's not being consistent with yourself. I say I want to eat better, but you don't do it. That's not being consistent in loving yourself. You have to be these things to yourself. That way, when someone approaches you or is interested in you, whether it's a job, a hiring manager, a potential romantic partner, a business opportunity, anything, they know that if they step to you, they have to come correct, because they know what your worth is. They know what you deserve. There are people who can recognize your light, and they're like, you know what, I'm not going to waste this person's time, because I know I'm not going to be up to it. And then, of course, you have those energy vampires and people who obviously don't mean you well all the time, that will still try to approach you and try you. But if you're grounded and you know your worth and your balance, you can still get rid of them. I'm also getting that with the moon talks about cycles and hidden truths and secrets. This is a time to be honest with yourself and welcome in the truth. To not be afraid of it, because regardless of if it results in the ending of something, you know that that chapter is done and you can move forward. I'm also getting some people will be traveling soon. So if you're looking for an opportunity to travel, this is probably a good time to travel. And the next time that we have our full moon, that would be a good time to kind of like do some cleansing work and removal of any energies that you want to get rid of. So these are like some of the messages that they're giving me for you right now. So let's look into like the advice cards. So the first card that we have is be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. So I feel like that kind of connects to the few people that are probably trying to conceive. If you've been trying for a while and nothing has happened, the Spirit is saying it's time to just take a break and be gentle with yourself, because if you keep trying and nothing is happening, you can stress your body out, and that, you know, that causes more stress on the possibility of getting pregnant. So I think Spirit is saying to relax and probably take that trip so you can relax. And honestly, I feel like it's going to happen when you least expect it. So like if you have this schedule, you're like, we have to do it at these times or on these days, it probably will happen on a time in a day that you don't even have planned. But also too, this is for people that you just keep putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and Spirit is saying it's time to relax and just recover and heal. So like if you have been neglecting these chakras, it is time to heal these chakras. And you can listen to meditations on YouTube. You can pray. You can wear the colors. So you can wear red for a day and then wear orange or something like kind of brown for a day. And just place your hands over those areas of your body and just say affirmations. I am healing my base root chakra. I am, you know, representing groundness. I am strong like a mountain. Like say things like that to start getting you back into alignment with balance. We have stress reduction. Distress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. So yeah, this group, you definitely need to like take a break and just slow down just a little bit. It's not saying put everything, you know, on pause and leave it forever, but just take a moment for yourself because you need this break. And then we have divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So I feel like this is just once again highlighting that you're going to receive the things, the answers, the rewards, the recognition for the things that you want. But please let it happen in divine timing. And I know we get tired of hearing that. We're like, well, when is it? You know, honestly, just after experiencing things when divine timing is at play, is that it really happens the moment you just like let it go and just trust, right? That's when it happens. And divine timing can be tomorrow. So I think sometimes we think like, oh, divine timing is going to take forever, but it could literally be the next day. It could be the next 25 minutes. But we won't know until we let divine and God, the universe, do its thing and just trust it. Okay? So I hope these messages were helpful for those that selected the blue door. Let me know in the comment section below. And also remember that, you know, if it doesn't apply right now, it could apply later, or it could apply like weeks ago. So just take it and then kind of just like keep it in the back of your mind. And then you might say like, oh, that's what she meant. Or now I see what this reading was telling me. Okay. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Remember, you are love. Hello, green door. So let's see what messages you need to hear at this time. So we're going to start off with the Psychic Tarot cards, and then we'll go into the Afro Goddess Oracle cards, and then the Under the Rose Liniment cards, and then we'll do your Crystal Angel cards for like advice and guidance at the end. Okay. So your first card is number 4, which is the 4 of Pentacles, firm foundation. The 2 of Cups, spiritual union. The Ace of Cups, love begins. The 7 of Swords, deception and envy. The 7 of Cups, choose wisely. And then your oracle cards are number 27, the letter. Number 7, the snake. Number 1, the rider. All right. And then we have number 8, the grave. Number 14, the fox. And then number 25, the ring. All right, let me see what messages they have for you. So, what I'm getting is that the first thing I want to say is that the message you need to hear is to start setting boundaries. Start setting a firm foundation of boundaries. That way, you are safe, you are grounded, you are rooted in something that is stable and concrete, so no one can challenge you and break you. So they can challenge you, they can try you, but you're going to be solid, you're going to be firm, you're going to be all right. And I'm getting that because it seems like that with the snake here, with deception, envy, choose wisely, the fox in the grave, the people that pick this pile, you need to let something go. It can be a person, it could be a job, it could be a mental thing, but something needs to be put to rest. It needs to be gone out of your life. And I think it comes from the fact that there weren't a lot of boundaries in the beginning. So when you set your boundaries, when you set your expectations ahead of time and you stick to them, it makes it harder for people to try to break you. And sometimes people get afraid of setting boundaries and expectations because they have a fear that if I say all of these things, then the person or the opportunity is going to go. But here's the thing, if you set those boundaries and that person leaves or that opportunity no longer exists, it wasn't meant for you. Because if it's meant for you, the right person, the right opportunity will stay around, and they won't look at that as a challenge or as something that they have to fight with. They're going to say, okay, you have boundaries. I'm going to respect those boundaries. Here we go. Okay, you want your starting salary to be $55,000. Okay, that's something we can work with. They see that you know your worth and you know your value. People who are afraid to set boundaries, that is when the problems start to come, because you don't know what you'll accept and what you won't accept. And then sometimes when you get into situations and opportunities and jobs, you go in like middle halfway. You're like, hey, I'm working 50 hours a week and I thought I was going to work 40 hours a week. And they were like, well, you never really gave us an idea like what you were okay with, or you all never agreed on it. So it's like they're going to just start throwing stuff at you because it was never agreed upon, or you never spoke up about what your plan was and what their plan was. So it's always important to ask questions and to get all of this stuff out the way in the beginning, because it lets you know right then and there if this is something I want to invest in, or is this something I'm just going to cut off and just let it be done with. There's a lot of sevens here, and 777 is a message from your angels, from your guides, because we have 7 here, 7 there, 7 for the snake. 2 + 5 is 7. So yeah, these are significant, and I feel that and even just looking at this top row, top row, 4 + 2 + 1 is 7. So it's a lot of 7. 7 represents divine magic, and like it's time to be on the right track, and divine guidance and healing and improving your life, and it's a good sign, letting you know that what you're doing will be what needs to be done to continue to be on the right path, right? So it's a good thing. But what I'm getting is that if you want, in order, you have to set boundaries for yourself. And when you set boundaries for yourself, you are telling yourself that you love you more. And that is totally fine. It's not narcissistic to love yourself more and to respect yourself. It is saying I love me more, so I know I'm not going to tolerate any BS or anything that's not worthy of what I am worth, right? And it's time to let go of the toxic things, because when you love yourself more and you set these boundaries for yourself and you fulfill your own cup and you have an overflow of love and respect and dignity and just wholeness for you, you can see easily now what is deceiving, what snakes are hiding in the grass, what things are not here for you that come off very appealing, but in reality, the moment that they get close to you, they're going to bite you, and that is it. And you're the one that is like, sitting in the cold, feeling like it's ending. Your life is like not the best of the best. You get to see when the snakes and the fox are around, trying to con you, trying to scam you, trying to scheme you, trying to do all of these negative things, because you know your worth now. You know that I have boundaries, so I can weed them out easily. That's why when people, we're going to talk about it in love sense, if you set boundaries and you have respect for yourself and you love yourself and you go on dates with people and you're like, I went on 3 dates and none of them called me back or none of them asked me out on another date. That's beautiful. You want to know why? Because then you weed out the snakes and the fox easily. Think of this as a prerequisite. If you can't accept my boundaries, if you can't accept my worth, you don't deserve me as the goddess or the guy that I am. And I feel that it is important to recognize that when you see things in a different way, you're able to choose wisely. You're able to choose the right people, the right situations, the right opportunities a lot easier, because you're grounded. Because when you are in balance, when you're in a panic state, full of anxiety, you're not going to always make the best decisions. Let's be honest. Because, for example, let's say if you are out of a job and you really need the income, you need the money because you have to pay bills, you have to, survive. If you just take the first job that pops up, knowing that there are other great opportunities out there for you, but you never gave it a chance, then you can put yourself back into that same type of position where you're unhappy, you're dealing with snakes, you're dealing with people that you don't want to deal with. Perfect example, like when I was transitioning from a new position, I was offered a position that was pretty much everything that I said to the universe I didn't want to do anymore. I said, universe, I don't want this type of job anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. And they tested me. They said, okay, we get you. So I had I interviewed for like a lot of people and got a lot of offers, but the two that I had one offer and they were like, you got it, you can start next week, X, Y, and Z. And then there was another job that I wanted, but I had to do one more interview for it. There were like multiple interview stages. And I could have accepted the job. What did I just said to the universe? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like this type of work anymore. Or have faith, know my worth, know my value, set boundaries for myself, and choose wisely and just wait it out. And I told the people that offered me the position that I'm actually still interviewing for another position. So I can't give you an answer right now. And I took a leap of faith, because who's to say that other job would have hired me or not? But I knew in my gut, in my core, that they were going to hire me. And that's the job that I have now, obviously, and that I really enjoy and that I'm happy with. And it takes having faith to do something like that. And it also takes knowing your worth and your value and loving yourself. I love myself enough to say, hey, I'm not doing the things that I don't like anymore. I'm going to do the things I love doing. So that was just like a little message for that. I'm also getting to the moment you set your boundaries and you love yourself more, you bring in that divine counterpart that you have been wanting to connect with, wanting to have. And it's going to be something that's solid. It's going to be an infinite love. And with the ring here, it is going to be a long lasting love. It is going to bring bigger commitments. It is going to bring marriage. It's going to bring all of these great things to you. But you have to choose you first before anything. And if choosing you first means letting go of a relationship you've been with for 3 to 5 years, let it go. If it's not moving anywhere, if it's holding you back, if it's not, taking you into a new direction, or you're not growing from it, both of you are not growing in a positive way, and there's just nothing there, it's time to let it go. It's time to just put it to rest, because it's served its purpose. I think sometimes we stay in situations and in positions too long, we overstay our welcome. Like your spirit guides, they give you hints all the time when it's time to let something go. But we're like, no, it's fine. We can work it out. We'll figure it out. And then you keep staying in, and then you get things just happening. You're just like, why is this happening here? And the spirit is just like, it's time to let it go. Say your piece and let it go. And move forward. Hop on your unicorn, hop on your horse, and just keep riding ahead, keep pushing through, because there's something greater and better for you. You're stuck on this level too much. Think of it as a video game. If you beat level 7, it's okay to I'll go back to level 7 like once again, just to beat it again, and you beat it again. But why would you want to continue beating and redoing level 7 100 times when it's time for you to go to level 8? You can't stay on the same level every time and expect something different. So if level 7 only unlocks a golden key and you already got the gold key, you can't keep playing level 7 expecting for you to get the pink key. They're like, no, you get that in level 8. So if you never get to level 8, you're never going to get the pink key. So you can't expect different results. So it is definitely time to move forward and just trust it. Because I feel those that pick this pile, this is saying that a lot of you are wanting a long-term, serious commitment and relationship. But it starts with you setting the boundaries, you loving yourself more, you coming into union with yourself, and cutting out the people that don't deserve you or try you. And then that's when that commitment comes. That's when a true divine counterpart enters your life. And they could be here already, but that's when you can come together. And then with the letter here, I feel that this is saying, I'm getting that some people that pick this power are waiting for a divine masculine to reach out to them, to say something to them, to express. I don't want to say, I don't want to say divine masculine, because I don't want people to get confused that it's the person that is the true healthy love. Because I think sometimes that's the problem with labels, is that people are going to think their divine masculine is a toxic person, and it's not. So I want to say there are people that are waiting on the person that they're interested in to reach out to them and to say something to them. And this person is not going to do it. So it's not your divine masculine, the true divine masculine. Put it like that. So if you thought it was, it seems like this is not it, because we got the fox and we got the snake. Some people are not going to like that, but I'm being honest here. They wear the mask of a divine masculine very well, but their actions tell you that they are not a divine masculine. They are just a masculine energy. And you're waiting for something to happen. You've been waiting for a while. You could have been in a relationship with one, and you've been waiting on a ring. You've been together for 3 to 5 years, and you're like, when are we going to get engaged? When are we going to get married? And it hasn't happened yet. You're waiting for this person to reach out to you. They haven't reached out to you. You reached out to them multiple times, but they don't respond, or it's just, it's not reciprocated. This is a message from your guides to say, let this person go. End it. Let it go. Put it to rest. and let it be at its grave. If it comes up from the dead, let it go back to the grave, because you're gone. It takes a lot of courage to do this. I'm getting that this pile, you should do some heart chakra balancing. And it's funny that I think of it now, because I see the green here in these cards, because the borders are green, the door is green, the snake is green, his like coat, his cape is green. So it's like, it's a lot of green energy that I'm feeling. So do a heart chakra meditation, or like listen to some heart chakra music on YouTube, and just, you don't have to like do a lot, but just listen to it and just focus on balancing that energy. And then we have the rose quartz here. So listen to, some ASMR. If you have a rose quartz, this is a perfect time to like really hold it and channel the positive, loving energy that should be surrounding you and that should be within you. But I'm definitely getting that the people that pick this pile, it's time to let things go, let people go. Stop waiting on something to happen with this person, especially those that are waiting on a message from them, because either one, it's not going to happen, or two, if it happens, you're still going to be hurt, because it's probably going to be them saying, hey, I think we should just, end things, or I'm actually moving forward with somebody else, or I don't think this is going to work. So to cut your losses earlier on, and to allow you to do the get over like the healing phase a little sooner, cut your losses now. And that could be hard for some people to hear, because if you put a lot of time in something, like I put so much time and energy into this, but it's never about the time that you put into it. It's all about how you feel and what are the results are. What are the results? You can put 5 years into a relationship, but that doesn't mean it's better than a relationship that's only been for a year and a half. That's how that's why people can get married after knowing each other for like 6 months versus people that known each other for like years. It's not about time, it's about the connection. It's about what are the results? What are the things that are happening? So if nothing has been progressing in this connection with you and this person, just let it go. If you're waiting for something to happen, just let it go. Because if you have to keep waiting for something, then it probably is telling you that you don't need it anymore. You don't need it, because you shouldn't have to wait for it. Because if it was there for you, it would be here. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to keep trying to seek attention for it. So now let's get into your advice cards. So the first card we get, look, is ready to love again. You've healed from the past enough to open your heart to new love. Literally, this is just saying, like, once you let go, put this to rest, heal, and give yourself some time, and, focus on you for a little bit, you're going to be ready to love again. Love is going to come into your life again. It's probably in your life, but right now it's time to focus on you and get rid of the things that don't deserve you and your attention, energy. We have life lessons. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. So I feel like this is definitely connected to the people who are in situations that have been in situations for a long time. Look at the lessons in it. Look at the blessings in them and see what they contain. And that's going to help you move forward. Just take those lessons and blessings and keep going. Keep moving forward. And then we have forgiveness heals. Time to release repressed anger as it is blocking your health and happiness. So I feel like this is just saying that even though you might have felt like this person or you have wasted your time, you have to, one, forgive yourself, and two, forgive the person as well. You don't have to forgive them and tell them that you forgive them. You can forgive them on your own time, within your own space. You don't have to announce it. And forgive yourself. Never feel like you did something wrong for staying in something too long. The only reason why we stay in things a little bit longer is because we need to learn the lesson. So if we don't learn that lesson, we're going to keep repeating it. So it's better to learn the lesson and take that experience and help you expand your growth So forgive yourself and don't be angry at anyone, yourself, the person, the job, whatever it is, because it is all a part of your plan and for better growth and for better improvement and ascension. It takes, some snakes and some foxes, to allow us to see what our worth is. Because sometimes we don't get it at first. And so the universe puts a couple little things in the way. And that's when we know, like, wait a minute, I keep getting bit by the same snake. Maybe I should stop going to this particular part of the park, the forest, where these snakes live, and I won't get bit by them anymore. Or maybe I shouldn't be in this section at all because it's not for me. So I hope this reading helped those that selected this pile. Thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to leave a comment below. Know that things can happen at any time, so the messages might not be applicable to you at this moment, but they could be applicable later on, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of days. You just never know. But keep these messages in the back of your mind and just sit with them, okay? I love you all, and remember that you are loved.